And we are live. Welcome back with Murphy Mac to another episode of the Fitness Beginner Podcast, where we help you get started on your fitness journey. What is up, folks? I am officially back from vacation. And man, let me go ahead and tell y'all, it was an awesome trip. I loved it. It was pretty cool, great weather. We went to Banff, Canada. It was pretty chill. It's in the mountains, and they have like little lakes there that are super blue. I don't know how they get blue like that, but pretty much all the lakes there are that color, and it's super pretty, and it was a good time and nice. I got a week off of work. That was nice. A good time to relax. I took a whole week off at the gym. We didn't work out with weights, although we did do a lot of hiking. So I was still kind of was working out anyways. We got over like 35,000 steps every day. So we're hiking 10 to 12 miles a day. So we still got a lot of physical activity in, but I did take a week off of lifting weights. So my body did get to recover, my upper body at least. Now my legs, they might not have recovered as well, but it was a good time. I enjoyed it. Me and my wife take a trip every year for our anniversary, and this is actually our second anniversary. So this is our third big trip because we took a honeymoon, then we did a 1 year and a 2 year. So that's the goal, is to keep doing it once, keep doing a big trip every year for the anniversary. So y'all stay tuned for where we're gonna go next time. We got a few ideas, but we ain't decided just yet. But yeah, the topic for the podcast today, we're gonna talk about a word that I heard my pastor say today at church. And when he said it, it kind of just stuck out to me, because when he said it, obviously he was referring to your faith. But when he said it, it hit me as this word applies to your fitness journey as well. So I was like, what better topic to talk about than to this, because it literally came up today. So that word is stick-to-itiveness. Yeah, I know it don't sound like a word. Stick-to-itiveness. So I didn't think this was actually a word. When he told me, when he said it, I thought he just made it up, like it was like a phrase or something. Stick-to-itiveness. Obviously, he's talking about sticking to it. But I looked it up, and it actually is a word. So the definition of stick-to-itiveness is the quality of continuing to try to do something even when it's difficult or unpleasant. So, what better word to describe your fitness journey than stick-to-itiveness? Because that's a fitness journey. Like, you're going to have to stick to it. Like, it's going to get hard. It's going to be difficult. It's going to be unpleasant. You're going to want to quit. But as long as you stick to it, the benefits will outweigh the negatives any day. Like, the positives are always going to come out on top. There's so much to it that can come out of your fitness journey as long as you stick to it. Like, there's so many positive things, positive benefits. And it's really not that hard. As long as you just stick to it and be consistent, like, it's really not that hard. You don't have to do nothing crazy. You don't have to do nothing over the world. Out of this world, over the top. As long as you're just making progress a little bit at a time. It's pretty simple when you put it that way. But yeah, that's a word I want to talk about. We're going to get into a little more in depth today about kind of understanding this word and how you can use it to motivate you, to keep you going in your fitness journey, and how you can apply it. So first and foremost, you just want to understand your challenges. So like some common obstacles. So when it comes to fitness, the main thing that everybody says is, I don't have time. So you have some kind of time constraint, whether that be a work time, family, social life. Well, I'm going to be the one to tell you straight up how it is. You do have time. You do. Everybody has time. It's just you don't want to make time for it, so you think you don't have time. But you will make time for the things you really care about. I promise you, if you like to go play golf on the weekend, you're going to find some time to go play golf on the weekend. I promise you, even though you may not have time to go work out. Whatever that thing is that you enjoy doing, you're going to make time for it. So you're working out, fitness, things like that, it needs to be a priority. You need to make time for it. And you don't have to be 2 hours a day. Yes, some people do like to go above and beyond and do that, but that's not necessary. Just like 30 minutes is all you need, really. So first, you have time constraints. Then you have lack of motivation or burnout. Like most people say, a lot of people don't just like going to the gym. They don't like working out, and I understand. Like, that's cool. Like, you don't have to like it. I actually enjoy working out, so it's not a problem for me to go to the gym. But I know some of you genuinely don't like to work out, and that's a problem. That's not a problem, but like, that is an obstacle that can get in your way. Well, you kind of just have to find some kind of physical activity that you actually like, that you enjoy. There's something out there that you like that's physically active. Like, there's got to be something. There's so many different ways out there that you can technically work out. It don't just have to be weightlifting. You also could have an injury or some kind of physical setback. So if you get injured, obviously you're not gonna be able to stick to it. It's gonna be hard. I mean, yeah, you can still, like, if say you broke your leg or something, you can still work out your upper body. But let's be honest, if you got a broken leg, you're probably not gonna want to go to the gym, and that's understandable. Like, I get that. And then also plateaus and frustration with slow progress. Like, this is gonna happen. You're gonna hit a plateau eventually. Like, this is gonna happen. It's part of the journey. Everybody's gonna hit a plateau. You're not going to make progress as fast as you think you should. It's a long game. It literally is going to take years for you to get where you want to be. Like, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but you're not going to get where you want to be in 6 months to a year. You're just not. It's going to take longer than that. And I'm just going to keep it real with you. I'm not going to say you can make these crazy results within 60 to 90 days. Yeah, you can make some good results in 60 to 90 days, but you're not going to get to where you want to be. You're not going to get to that end goal in 60 to 90 days. It's just not realistic. Say you want to lose 100 pounds. It's going to take you at least a year to lose 100 pounds, like, at least, if not probably more than that. So just keep it real. You're going to hit plateaus. You're going to make progress slower than you think you should. Some mental hurdles that you're going to face is self-doubt and comparison with others. Like I always say, you can't compare your chapter 1 to somebody else's chapter 10. Like, there's always going to be somebody that's ahead of you in their book, but you're still in chapter 1 of your book, so you can't skip forward. You just got to be in your chapter, be where you're at, be where your feet are, and stop comparing yourself to other people. You're going to have that self-doubt, especially when you see the big Jack Swole dude that you want to be like one day. Well, guess what? He started exactly where you're at. Like, he started in the same place. He started on chapter 1, 2. He just been grinding for years, and now he's on chapter 10. So you can't compare yourself to him because he's put in the work for years and you haven't. So you can't compare it. And then another mental hurdle is impatient with results. Like I said, it's going to take time. Like, don't even start looking at your results for real until you're a year in. Then once you're a year in, then you can start, really trying to get some of those good results, because it's going to take time. And then fear of failure or setbacks derailing your progress. As long as you stick to it, you're never going to fail. You can't fail if you stick to it. If you never quit, then you technically never failed, because you're still going. So just remember that when you're going through this fitness journey. So I want to get into why sticking to it matters. Why does it matter? Well, one, for your long-term health benefits, obviously. Physical health improvements, your strength, your endurance, cardiovascular health, everything in between. You already know what all positive benefits comes from working out. If you got something wrong with your body, working out can probably either solve that problem or improve it and make it better in some way, shape, form, or fashion. And then also your mental health benefits. So it's going to be stress relieving. You're going to build more confidence. Your mood is going to get better. You're going to have improved mood. If you don't believe this, literally go to the gym, work out, and then tell me how you feel when you leave. I promise you're not going to be sad when you leave the gym. You're not going to be mad probably when you leave the gym. You're going to feel better, because when you work out, you release those endorphins in your body, and it just makes you feel good. Like, when you leave the gym, most time you're pumped up, you're ready to go have a good day and knock it out. Because I can't recall a time, maybe there was, but I can't recall a time that I was ever mad that I went to the gym and worked out. Like, I don't. Once you leave the gym, you're in a good mood. It just puts you in a better mood. I don't know how it works, but it does. So if you got a lot of stress, bad mood, just go to the gym, knock out some weights. I promise you'll feel better. Because I know when I leave the gym, I feel good. I'm like, heck yeah, I just knocked out a workout. I'm ready to go for the day, because I work out in the morning. So I'm ready to attack my day and have a good, positive rest of the day. And it could do the same for you. Also, sticking to it matters for your personal growth. So it's going to help you build resilience and discipline. You got to have discipline. And sticking to it is going to help you create this discipline. They kind of go hand in hand. Sticking to it and discipline are kind of equal to each other. As long as if you're sticking to it, then you're building that discipline, and you have to have discipline to stick to it. So they kind of go hand in hand with each other. And then also within personal growth, you're going to have an achievement beyond just your fitness goals. Like, working out, it's going to help you improve your career. It's going to help you improve your relationships. I mean, it has an impact on every aspect of your life, whether you believe it or not. It all kind of plays over and spills over into other areas of your life. Especially, just little things like, if it improves your mood, when you go get home to your wife or to your husband and you're in a better mood, well, then your relationship's going to improve, because you're in a better mood. You want to hang out with them more, spend more time with them, talk to them, things like that. So it all plays hand in hand. It all goes together. So, and then also consistency is key to your success. So sticking to it obviously means you're being consistent. I mean, this is, y'all have heard me talk about this before. Consistency is the number one thing that you need in your fitness journey to see success, period, is consistency. So as long as you're sticking to it, you're being consistent. Like, it's pretty self-explanatory right there. I mean, the role of consistency in achieving your results is crucial. Like, you got to have it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You're not going to achieve results if you're not consistent. I mean, unless you just get lucky or something. But in fitness, there is no just getting lucky. Like, you got to do the work. There's no waking up and winning the lottery of a brand new body. Like, you can't win the brand new body. It just don't happen like that. So that's why like a good looking physique is like the number one thing that you can like be proud of and be it's the only thing that money can't buy, if you think about it. Like, money can buy a big old house, you can buy a super fast car, but you can't buy a six pack. You just can't buy one. You got to actually put in the work and put in the time, the effort. You got to eat right, put the right foods in your mouth to get a six pack, to get a nice looking body. Like, you can't buy it. I mean, unless obviously you got some like implants or something, but like, let's be real. We're not many people doing that. People can't afford that. But yeah, small consistency over time, it adds up to big results. So like little progress over time, over year after year after year, eventually it adds up to be big progress. So you just gotta be consistent. That's all I've done. I don't do anything special. I really don't. I work out like a normal person. I'm just consistent. Like, I don't miss. And if I do miss, I make it up. Or if I do miss, I'll just go get back on my routine the next day. Like, I just took a whole week off, took 8 days off. So I took off from last Saturday to today. I haven't worked out at all. So it's not like that's going to hinder my progress. And guess what? I'm going to wake up and I'm going to go to the gym in the morning. I'm going to get right back on my routine, back to doing what I was doing before, eating right. Because, I didn't eat healthy over this past week. I really didn't. I ate whatever I wanted, whenever we wanted. Yeah, we were getting a lot of steps in. We were doing a lot of exercise. So I kind of had a little extra calories to play with. But that don't matter, because guess what? I'm getting right back on my routine tomorrow. Right when I wake up in the morning, going to the gym first thing, and then I got my food meal prepped already. I meal prepped today, so I'm ready for the week for my meals. So that's all it is, just being consistent. Like, small things add up over time. And then once you do it for so long, you get used to it and you create habits. You create routines to where it's super simple. Like, it's easy. Like, I didn't even have to think about going to the grocery store today and getting my food meal prepped. And we literally just got back in last night, like late last night. But guess what? We're already back on the routine. I'm filming a podcast tonight, just like I normally do. So nothing new. It's just, I'm just sticking to it. That's all I'm doing. I've been doing this podcast for 2 years, and I haven't seen any growth, really. Like, I really don't have a lot of people to listen. I mean, shout out to y'all that do listen each and every week. I really appreciate y'all. But it ain't like this thing's like blown up or anything. I literally I like doing it. I'm sticking to it. And maybe one day, hopefully one day, fingers crossed, it's going to pay off for me. Hopefully y'all will shout it out to your friends and get more people listening each and every week, so we can help y'all get to learning on your fitness journey and getting improving. So that's the goal. Yeah, some practical strategies for sticking to it is, number one, first and foremost, set realistic and achievable goals. So that big goal you have, go ahead and break it down into some smaller, more manageable tasks. So that 100 pounds that you want to lose, break that down into 10 pounds. So now you got 10 pounds, 10 different times. That's a whole lot easier to do than losing 100 pounds. Because somewhere along the journey of losing 100 pounds, you're going to give up. Because that's 100 pounds seems so far away. But if you know all you got to do is lose 10 pounds, well, guess what? That 10 pounds is a lot closer and a lot easier to achieve than that 100 pounds. So break it down. Break it down. And that way you can celebrate those milestones along the way. It keeps you motivated, keeps you going. The next, what you want to do is you want to create a routine. Establish a daily and or a weekly routine, a ritual to maintain momentum. It's important to schedule your workouts like they're meetings. Like, don't schedule it, put it on your calendar, and don't miss it. You have meetings at work at a certain time. Well, guess what? If your gym, it's just a meeting. It's a meeting at another time that you got to be there and you got to do it. So make it, once you create a habit and create a routine of like what time of the day at the gym you go to the gym, and then like what time you meal prep, what time you're eating your foods, things like that. Make a routine, make a morning routine, do something the same way every single morning. Add some things in there to get you going first thing in the morning. For example, when I get up, I do my devotion in the morning. I was eating some breakfast on my bodybuilding show prep, but now I'm not. I kind of just working out fasted because it works better for me that way, and I eat right after the gym. But yeah, I wake up, like brush my teeth and stuff like that, do my devotion, drink my pre workout. I make my pre workout and I drink it while I'm doing my devotion, and then I already had my bag packed the night before, so I just grab my bag, go to the gym, work out in the morning, first thing, shower at the gym, go to work. Like I do the same thing every single time, and it keeps me true to my routine because I know exactly what I'm gonna do, when I'm gonna do it, have it down to a T. Like I have it down to a certain time that I leave my house, time that I get to the gym, time I'm starting to work out, things like that. So once you get in a routine, it makes it way easier, like way easier to stick to. Then next, you got to make sure you're staying accountable. So an easy way to do this: get you a workout buddy or get you a fitness coach. Have somebody there that's gonna hold you accountable. This could be your wife, your husband. It could be your friend. You can hire a fitness coach. Another way you could do it is you could join a fitness class or a fitness challenge. There's all kinds of online communities and things like that you can use for support. Facebook groups. Shoot, even if you need me to hold you accountable, let me know. Hit me up on social media somewhere. Hey, say you need somebody to hold you accountable, whatever. So yeah, that's gonna be key to staying motivated and actually doing what you say you're gonna do. Somebody there to hold you accountable. And the next thing you got to do is adjust when necessary. So things are going to come up. You're going to miss a workout. You're going to go on vacation. You're going to have to go pick your kid up from ball practice, something like that. You're going to have an injury, and there's going to be busy periods of your life. So you got to be able to adapt to these changes. You got to be able to switch it up, be flexible, do all this without abandoning your goals. Like you still have that goal to lose 100 pounds, but just because you got to travel don't mean your goal of losing 100 pounds just goes to the wayside. It don't. You still got that goal, so you got to be adjustable. If you're going to go to a hotel, well, guess what? Hotels got gyms in them. You have to go get your little workout in a hotel gym. It is what it is. You got to be flexible. Don't just think that since you're out of your normal routine, like on the last set where I talked about creating a routine, yeah, that's great. But when things change, you got to be flexible to be able to adapt to that. Don't think just because you got out of your normal routine that's like that's it, that you can't do nothing else because it's not fit into your normal routine. Well, things are gonna happen, like things are gonna change. You're gonna have to be flexible. Like period. You're gonna travel. You're gonna get injured. You're gonna have to pick up your kids from ball practice. You're gonna have to do something. So just be flexible and don't let one little thing throw you off from still achieving your goals from everything else. So when it comes to sticking to it, you got to have mental toughness and you got to kind of shift your mindset. So think of progress over perfection. Nobody's perfect. They ain't. So you just got to make sure you're making progress. So embrace those imperfections, embrace those setbacks, and take them and use them as learning opportunities. So if you failed at something, take that, learn from it, do it again, and don't make the same mistake. You got to just make progress over perfection. You're not going to be perfect. It's going to take years and years and years and years of progression. So just focus on showing up even when it's hard. You just got to stick to it, period. And then celebrate those small wins. When you lose that first 10 pounds, that's a win. Celebrate that. But I always say you got to have the 24-hour rule. Celebrate it 24 hours. And after that, move on. Like that's in the past. 24 hours ago, that's done. Move on. You got another goal. You got to get to it. Acknowledge that progress, no matter how small, and this will help keep you motivated. Because if you're seeing that 100 pounds at the end of the road, you're gonna think, oh, that's so far away. I'm never gonna achieve that. You're probably gonna give up. But 10 pounds, that's a little bit closer. So it's a little bit easier to get, a little bit easier to accomplish, and this will help you stay motivated towards your goals. And also, you gotta have positive self-talk. You gotta reinforce positive thinking to overcome negative self-doubt. So you just gotta hype yourself up. Like, quit being so hard on yourself. You should be your number one fan. You should be hyping yourself up, telling yourself you can do it. You gotta have some positive talk. Like literally, I know this might seem weird, but literally talk to yourself. Like when you in the car or in the gym, hype yourself up. Get crunk, turn up some jams, get some music going, and hype yourself up. Be nice to yourself. Talk to yourself. Don't beat yourself up. Don't be so hard on yourself, because you will be your number one critic. I know this because I am. I'm too hard on myself sometimes, I know, but I also don't want to be too soft. I don't want to be too easy on myself. So I try to find that happy medium, that in between. Like, yeah, sometimes I overdo it, but then sometimes I could do more. I could. I'm too soft on myself. I take too many breaks or what. I don't know. There's all kinds of things, but Just be positive. Don't be so hard on yourself. It's gonna be hard. Like, you're gonna have struggles. You just gotta know that you can overcome that. You can do it. And the best way to do that is to hype yourself up, self talk. Because if you have confidence, if you know you can do something, then you're more likely to actually do that. You're actually to follow through, to actually stick to it. So just be a little nicer to yourself. That's all I gotta say. So from my own experience, I mean, there's been several examples, I mean, of when I've stuck to it. I've had stick-to-itiveness in my fitness journey. I mean, two big examples for me is just the Ironman and the bodybuilding show. There's so many times I wanted to quit, especially during the bodybuilding show. You don't know how many times I was around food and sweets and junk, and I just wanted to indulge in it. Like, I wanted to eat it so bad, but I couldn't because I was sticking to my diet. I was sticking to it. I committed to it. I set a goal, and I was going to complete that goal no matter what, 100%. And I did it. I just stuck to it. I kept doing it. I kept showing up. I kept eating meals. I kept doing the workouts. I kept doing what my coach told me. For the Ironman, I kept waking up early on the weekends. I was waking up at 3 and 4 a.m. on the weekends to go do 4, 5, 6 hour runs and bikes. Like, it was ridiculous, but I just stuck to it. I pushed through the hard days. I was super, super sore, hurting, didn't want to do it anymore. I mean, there was a couple times I contemplated quitting, really. Like, I was like, why even do this? Like, why do people do this? There's no point. But after I got done, I realized that sticking to it was the best possible thing I ever could have done. Like, it made it so worth it. And then when it comes to like my regular, just everyday fitness journey, I've just been consistent. Like, like I said earlier, I don't do anything special. I do normal workouts. I eat a pretty normal diet. I mean, yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I still have junk food. I really do. I have ice cream every now and then. I'll have a candy bar every now and then. But I've just consistent over time. So that's why I have a decent physique, because I just been consistent for 11 years now. I've been working out for a very long time. And it's not like I made drastic improvements at all. Like, I really haven't. I've just made very, very small improvements over time. And after 11 years, those have built up to pretty good improvements. And that's where I'm at now. Am I where I want to be? No, absolutely not. I got a lot of progress I want to make. But guess what? I'm not going to try to rush it or anything. I'm just going to keep doing what I've been doing, trying to make a little bit of progress at a time. Whatever my goal is at that time, that's what I'm working towards. So right now, I don't really have one. I'm trying to go more into, I'm trying to figure out my workout routine right now, because I don't have like a challenge planned out yet. But y'all, hadn't decided yet. I'm trying to give myself a little break, give my body a little time to recover and recoup, and then we'll go and get some kind of crazy challenge again. I don't know. My wife's got me running a half marathon in January, so that is one little thing, but that's not going to be like my big thing for next year. So I don't know what it's going to be yet. But yeah, I just, whatever that goal is, I'm going to stick to it. I'm just, whatever it is, whatever my training plan says for that day, I'm just going to do it, whether I like it or not. I'm going to get it done. So I encourage y'all to share y'all story. If you have any stories of perseverance and where you showed great stick-to-itiveness, let me know. Shoot me a DM. I appreciate it. But that's all I got for today. If you hadn't yet, follow the podcast on Apple Podcasts or Spotify or wherever you listen to your podcast at. We probably on there. We also on YouTube at the Fitness Beginner Podcast. So y'all check us out. I'd appreciate it if you tell your friend about it, tell your mom about it, shout us out, give us a little, post me on your story or something like that. I'd appreciate it to get the word out. We're trying to impact as many lives as we can. We're trying to get people started on the fitness journey to improve their lives, because I know that it's impacted my life in many, many ways, and I know it can impact your life as well, and whoever you send this to. So y'all shout me out. I appreciate it. We can impact more people in this world. But yeah, other than that, y'all have a great week. Like I mentioned a few podcasts ago, I am recording this on a Sunday so that the podcast will go live on Monday. So this one will be coming out on a Monday from now on. So yeah, that way y'all can start your week off right on Monday. Go ahead and get motivated and get ready for the week. That way you can knock your workout on Monday. Because if you win Monday, it's so much easier to win the rest of the week, because you started off with a win first thing. And hey, that's what it takes. You can't win the whole week if you didn't win Monday. So you got to start out with Monday, and then that'll set you up for the rest of the week to win. So y'all have a great day. Peace, love, protein. We out.